It's your boy, Casual Coops, and welcome back to Incensed, a Pokemon Go podcast. I'm about to introduce the Three Musketeers, and up first, the man who plays this game more than he plays with his micro penis is Pogo Milo UK. The man who's still yet to sing a jingle here on the podcast is Ian Waterfall, and the man who loves JT Valor more than he loves a pole, and that's a lot. It's Masterful27. Lads, how are you all tonight?
Doing good. It's good to have you back, and I've missed your micro penis envy.
And I'd just like to say it's good to have you back doing a nice short intro, because last week, no joke, Mox was that long we had to play the music twice over it to get it all in.
I'm surprised you actually heard my intro for how loud the volume was here. Like that on the last edit spawn, buddy.
It was fucking loud.
It was loud. I was there going, can you hear it? Can you hear it? But no, what were you on about? Me like your JT Valor's poll? What was that all about? I'm fucking confused.
No, I said that you love JT Valor.
How you doing, Coops? Great to have you back, man.
Mate, thank you. It's good to be back. And actually, talking about JT Valor, can you boys believe? Because I know you haven't believed me in the past. I genuinely listened to the whole episode last week.
Well done.
I don't believe you.
Liar.
I swear to God, quiz me. Let's do another game right now. Did you listen to the latest episode? We'll play another game. Ask me questions.
Yes. Okay, I've got a question for you for last week.
No, okay. Fuck that. No.
What was the title?
Yeah. Where did JT Valor say he had to go when he's in England?
Oh, shit. Oh, no, I swear I listened to it, though. Where did he say he had to go?
I've just put a poll out to say, does anyone believe that Coops listened to the last episode?
Excellent. And you know what? Talking about excellent things, I've got to say, boys, now I'm back. That was probably my favourite intro yet.
Yeah.
It's been a while since you said that.
No, you know what though, boys? First of all, thank you for having me back. But it's great to be back for real. It's great to be back, and I haven't been away that long. I know what the next part of the podcast is. What's everybody drinking tonight? Of course, you made that.
He's got the same right. Drink. He's got the same drink as when that was recorded.
You say sorry. Sorry. Well, I'll start. I'm on good old-fashioned Ian Juice.
Ian Juice, the Wasser.
I've got the Ian Juice. It's exported to down here now in this part of the country. I've got a coffee, and because I had a 2-day audit and I survived it, I've got a glass of white wine to celebrate it, so I've joined you on the booze.
Another trio.
And you know what, because you weren't here last week. He only had 2 drinks last week, so he must have drinks relative to the number of extra hosts that are on the show.
Definitely.
Yeah, I knew that because I listened. Go on, Milo.
Well, it's good to say that Ian Juice has made it to London as well, so I've got a glass of that. And we've also got a watermelon vodka and Coke. You're dissing your own product there, Ian.
Ian, don't do that.
Do you know, what was it, Milo? Because fucking old soundboard over there. What were you drinking? What was it?
Old soundboard.
Mr. Soundboard.
It's watermelon vodka. Watermelon vodka and Coke.
Nice.
Do you know what? Speaking of drinks, I was out the other night and I think it was like last Tuesday or something, and someone introduced me to it. It was like a spiced rum and apple juice. It was really nice, but I want us all to try it together because it was a really specific spiced rum. I can't remember, but I'll get it beforehand and we can all sort of try it. We'll all try it together.
That'll be done. Coopsy, what you drinking?
Have a guess. I've got the old wife beater again, and I've got the old wife beater. Still healing.
Still healing. Hashtag still healing. Oh,
no, but I'm on the old Stella Artois. And just like that, it's time to load up Pokemon Go if you give a shit and put on an Incense. Don't forget to tag us.
Clarify the spelling.
Exactly. No, not yet. Wait. Don't forget to tag us on Twitter at
Ian's
Incense
come too
Podcast. Soon again. Yeah, he always does. Right, Ian, are you ready? Because it's coming up to the line. Are you ready?
1 second. Ready for this? Ready?
No, wait.
Pop an incense inside me.
There you go.
What
Right.
the fuck was that?
Ready? Listen, get ready for the clarifying spelling. Ready? And if you do get a shiny whilst listening to this week's episode, make sure you tag us, #Shinies of the Week.
Clarify the spelling, you twat.
So we can give you a shout out on the best segment of the show. Now, I've spoken to the boys and they've been like, Coops, you're more than happy to have a minute with the listeners. And I do just want to say, obviously last week I wasn't here. A massive thank you for JT for coming on, mate. Much appreciated. As you guys may or may not, I promise you, this is the last time I'm going to mention it ever on the podcast. Like, this month's been really shit for me. I've sort of gone through a bit of a bad breakup after 3 years. And as you know, last week I was at a work meeting, but I could have actually probably made it back in time for the podcast, but I think the boys kind of know deep down. I just kind of needed a week off. I just needed a week just to clear my head and sort of figure out what I wanted to do, where I wanted to go. But I just explained to the boys before we did start recording the podcast, and they're all very happy, and I'm bless them all. They've been so nice to me. But I'm feeling so much better. You know, it's about time I get my head out of that bad headspace and you know, move on and just think about everybody that loves me and everybody that cares about me and yeah, man, just to be honest, just fucking get out there and just move on and stop, you know, having my head in a slump and feeling sorry for myself and trying to get, you know, everybody's attention. Just be like, oh, Coops, you know, we love you, you're going to be all right. So I'm feeling so much better and so much more positive. And once again, like I said, last time I'm going to mention it, but thank you so much to all the wonderful messages and to the three boys especially for giving me love and support and apologies again for not turning up last week. So boys, thank you for letting me get that out in the air. But because I'm back, yeah, round of applause, please. Round of applause, please. Thank you. But no, turn it off. Turn it off. But because you know that I am back, and as Casual Coops is, as you all know, I'm a little bit controversial. Ian's not going to like this one. Ian, I apologise, bro. But I'm going to switch things up tonight, and I'm going to just have a little bit of fun, and we're going to change up the order of the podcast. So no games straight off the bat. We are going to go straight in, well, because I think as the time this is released, I think it's the 2nd of October, 2nd or the 3rd of October. So, Ian, we're going to pass over to you, mate, for the news.
Is the news.
And yes, this episode will drop on the 3rd of October. So you were close, you wasn't far out. But it's probably just like your Community Day announcements. But hey ho, we're used to that now. So October is bringing quite...
Yeah, shots fired! Shots fired!
So October is going to bring quite a few things. So first up, the research breakthrough for October starts Friday, October the 1st, as usual, 1 p.m. Pacific, all the way through to the end of October, beginning of November Pacific, and that will give us an encounter with your mask.
Can we
Don't
get an
all go too crazy
from the
It's
audience?
not the Galarian form. It's just the standard one, I believe. Pokecoin bundles are going about every week in October, as they have been for the last couple of months. And moving on to the bit that people will be more interested in is the raiding aspect. So the Tier 5 raids for October, we will get Genesect with the Douse Drive. That will be appearing in Tier 5 raids from as you're listening to this until October the 12th. And I don't know what we don't know about Douse Drive, but what we do know is the Shiny won't be available. So from October the 12th through to October the 22nd, Altered Form Giratina will be back in raids, and this one that obviously we know the Shiny is already available. Friday, October 22nd through to November the 5th will bring us Darkrai back again, wheeling it out once again, but this time it will know a new attack, Sludge Bomb, which it's not had before, and again, Shiny will be available. And then, as usual, throughout every Wednesday in October, we're going to get the raid hour. So Wednesday, October 6th, Genesect with Douse Drive will be available for the 1 hour raid hour. October the 13th and 20th will be Altered Form Giratina. And the final raid hour of October, October 27th, Darkrai will be back. And yes, it's going to know that special move, Sludge Bomb.
Oh, good news.
Go on.
On the 6th of October, guys, it's Niantic's birthday. And they're giving us a free box.
Okay, so moving on into Spotlight Hours, Coops' favourite time of the week in October. So October the 5th, we've got Drifloon in the Spotlight. That's going to give us twice the XP for evolving Pokemon. October the 12th brings back the good old favourite Ghastly, and that will give us twice the Stardust for catching. October 19th, that's the one where we get a Pokemon that isn't going to be shiny. Gothita will be released, twice XP for catching, but no shiny on that one. And at the end of the month, October 26th, just before Halloween itself, Purple Bird, Murkrow, is going to be in the spotlight with twice the XP for evolving Pokemon. So it's going to be an interesting month. But the time that we've all been waiting for in October, the Halloween event, that's going to start on Friday, October the 15th, run for 2 weeks through to October 31st. Costumed Pokemon, which we talked about last week and Coops definitely listened to, will be making their return for the...
Why do you have to do me like that for? Why have you got to fucking do me like that for? I hate you.
But before we get into the next section, Mega Raids. Mega Gengar will be back in Raids. As you're listening to this now, right through to Friday, October the 22nd. So 3 weeks of Mega Gengar in Raids. But we're finally getting a new Mega. We're getting Mega Absol in Mega Raids. And that will be out at the end of the month, October 22nd at 10 a.m. And that'll go through to Friday, the 5th of November. Fireworks night here in the UK. I think, Coops, you wanted to have a little chat about Megas, didn't you?
Well, I do, bro. But first of all, I want us to go round this little podcasty internet room. Who is actually going to raid Mega Absol? Yeah, studio. Because I'm not going to be raiding Mega Absol, so who actually is out of us
Okay,
four?
I've got a simple answer to that one. I will raid it if I have to, but if there are field research tasks to get me the Mega Energy, I will do the field research tasks. I'm not going to waste raid passes if I can get the Mega Energy some other way.
I will, because I want...
Milo wants his 2,000 Mega Energy.
Yeah, 2,000 Mega Energy, I think it is. But no, I don't have a good Absol, so I'll raid a little bit for it in person, you know.
And Mark?
It looks shit, Mega Absol.
Okay, can we just clip that? Can someone clip that, please? I need that in my life. I need that.
It looks fucking uninspiring, so no, I will not be rating it.
Use that birthday free pass that Niantic give you to do one.
Oh, God.
You know what, Ian? Listen, brother, I appreciate you doing the news, and you are completely right, mate. When I read this article, and obviously, well, first of all, I think I saw the Ghastly Spotlight Hour, and I thought, oh, for fuck's sake, I thought, I swear to God, John Hankey must love Ghastly's micro penis, bro, I swear. and then later on in the article, I saw about the freaking Mega Gengar again, and I just thought, Jesus Christ. And then I thought, Megas. And then I thought, boys, let's talk about this, because we've touched on it a few times briefly, but we've never actually got into a really nice discussion about Mega Pokemon.
Why are your panties in such a twist?
Good timing.
Coops, can I just say one thing really quickly? I know we talked about Duskull. You said, you know what? I'd rather have the reroll Ghastly Comdo, but you've got an hour of it for those XL candies. Spotlight.
Yeah, thanks,
Spotlight hour.
Mark, did you hear what Zoe just said, bro? Did you hear what she just said?
I did. She's in agreement with me. She says, that's a great suggestion, Mark. All that XL candy. Happy days.
Do you know what? You can tell that Zoe was Ian's favourite guest. I think he's soundbited about 100 sounds of
Literally,
Zoe.
I've got so many Zoe soundbites.
But let's actually be serious, yeah, for a hot second, right? Why are Mega Pokemon so bad to the point? And by the way, I'm really putting an opinion out there. You might love Mega Pokemon, but why are they so bad to the point that nobody actually really cares about Mega Pokemon? Like, why? Why is that? What have Niantic effed up so much that people forget to Mega Evolve, don't really care about the Mega Raids? Why is it, Milo? You put your hand up, go on.
I'm gonna say, okay, I do use Mega Pokemon for raids. I'm a raider, you know that. But cast your mind back. It's actually a year. It's been a year since they've been in the game.
What actually?
For real, yeah. They got added last year in September. It's just the format. It's the format. They released it, and it was like, you have to raid, and raiding is the only way to get Mega Energy. Right, okay. The other thing is that the reality is we've got like the D tier of Megas at the moment in Pokemon Go, because obviously you've got like Mega Rayquaza, Mega Mewtwo, all of the legendaries still to come. We've got Mega Slowbro, and Altaria in the game.
I cannot believe you don't rate Mega Beedrill.
There are a few good useful ones like, Mega Charizard Y, Mega Gyarados. They're usable, and a few others, but most of them are crap. We're going to have to sit through a lot of crap Megas. There's going to be Mega Aggron and a few others, which most people really won't care about.
Do you ever Mega Evolve for any reason? Because I've got to admit, I would rather just do a raid. I don't think, oh shit, I need to Mega Evolve a Pokemon to have more effect on this raid.
You hit the nail on the head there. You get enough people in the raid lobbies to do the raids because you've got remote raid passes, so no one's really reliant on that, unless you get to the last week, I guess, of it, but there's other platforms to get raid invites. You can't use them in GBL. You can't use them for anything other than putting them in there, and people forget about doing it. People can't even get their raid teams right for raiding.
I still have gaps in my Mega Pokédex. I just can't be arsed with it. I'll raid and get the energy, but that's it.
And Mark, I want to go off what you said, because for me, I am like what Ian said. I'm a big holder of the Mega Energy research tasks, right? I love I will never do a Mega Raid. There is no way. I mean, I don't even raid as it is, let alone doing a Mega Absol raid. But I think the issue is what you said, bruv. People forget. When you enter the raid lobby, do you think if there was some sort of button in that raid lobby that kind of you could click and choose a Mega to your party and Mega Evolve it there in that 120 seconds, do you think that adding a function and an update like that to that 120 second raid, do you think that will make a difference, or do you think people would still go, nah, I'm good with Lugia?
Let's not go there again after last week.
It's because I weren't there. I want to get involved.
Fucking hell. I think people would. People really would. It's exactly the same as, people want a ready to raid button. Why do you want to wait 2 minutes to do a 1-star raid when you're doing it yourself? Like, it's the same philosophy. You could make it just so much easier. I forget to Mega Evolve sometimes. Yesterday I was doing the raid hour in Australia, and then in the UK, and then America. And I forgot to Mega Evolve for the first half of the US one, because I was like, the raid comes out. Shit.
Sorry, I just love you. There's no one in my life that goes, I did the raid hour in Asia, then Australia, then Europe, then America,
then Holland, then Spain, then obviously Iceland, and then I got to fucking Greenland.
Fuck off. Thanks, Ian.
Okay, wait. So Milo, you think an update in the raid lobby about Mega Pokemon would actually help?
It would help, but I do think you are right in a sense that a lot of people don't care. Megas were killed at their release, pretty much.
Yeah, true. Facts are facts.
If, like Milo, he loves a Mega, right? Let's say it's one or the same type across 2 or 3 different raids. That's fine. But if you have raid events where you've got multiple legendaries, Megas become really expensive, don't they? Because you're then changing them and Mega Evolving other ones, and then they're temporary, aren't they? They don't really offer any.
And do you know what? I know I took the piss, Milo. We do love you to death that you do raid hours in every continent and every hour. But you know what it is, for me. The reason why I think Mega Pokemon are a bit dead and a bit pointless is because, one, you completely forget, right? That's a fact. We all know that. Mark, you've made that pretty clear, and I completely agree. But I don't think there's many people like Milo that will be raiding so much so in a day where they need to Mega Evolve to get that extra damage. I think for me, I do maybe the odd raid every now and again, and I'm not going to Mega Evolve for one Mesprit raid. Do you know what I mean? And even for raid hour, you just think, 200 or 40 Mega Energy is quite expensive for 5-6 raids in a raid hour when you've got 9 or 10 of you in the lobby anyway. So I'm just really struggling, and when I saw the Mega Gengar, I just thought, God, if you want to kill the Megas even more, release another Mega Gengar.
They're essentially just a gimmick, aren't they? It's like the Gigantamax ones. They're just a gimmick, and with the exception of people like Milo, who love you, mate, but people don't give 2 fucks about Megas. They really don't.
To end this off then, what do you guys personally think? And I know that I've mentioned about adding a feature in the lobby. What do you guys honestly think they could do to make Megas excuse the pun, but make them mega. Like, actually make megas mega Pokemon that people care about. People want to mega evolve. People are excited to put them in their party to do raid battles. Where's that transition from no one giving a shit except Pogo Milo UK to everybody? No, but you know what I mean? To everybody caring. Like, where's that transition? What do they need to do? If you're working for Niantic, what do they need to do?
I know. For a start, if you do a mega in a raid, get extra rewards for using a mega in a raid. I think that could be quite a nice thing.
You just want some more potions, don't you, Mark?
No, but you do. You get a little plaque sometimes that says you mega evolved on the end screen of the raid.
So Milo, let me just step in there. You get that just like somebody puts a loan executor in. You just get like, but you still get. I love it.
It's like, you mega evolved. It's like, I know. I pushed the button.
Mark, do you know what I love though, bro? Maybe if you mega evolved and in that you got like triple the XL candy. I like that. That's got legs. It's got legs.
Yeah, that could work. Do you know what they need to do? Is that, they've made so many more tweaks over the past couple of months and stuff since Megas were released. They've all failed. They halved the cost that you need to evolve a Mega Pokemon. They've doubled the length that it Mega evolved for. Remember when it released, it cost twice as much for half the time.
Yeah.
It was 4 hours and it cost you 400 Mega Energy to evolve it for the first time or something. They're like, what the fuck is this? They've put research tasks out. You can now walk a body and get Mega Energy that way. You now get a candy boost if you Mega Evolve a Pokemon for like a calm day.
Yeah, never done that.
If you wanted, let's just say, Dust Skull Candy, Mega Evolve a Gengar, you'll get boosted candy.
Oh, is it again? I've got a Mega Evolve on Calm Day. Okay,
if you want the extra candy,
If they gave Boost XL, if you Mega Evolve Pokemon, that might make it worthwhile. Because like you said, Coops, if they do like 1 to 2 Mesprit raids, the only reason I Mega Evolve is because I do a live stream and I go like crazy hardcore for doing the raids and inviting and helping low level players. That's why I Mega Evolve.
Boys, do you see that? Do you see how he added that in to make him look like a hero? Yeah, I rate you.
I'm a nice person.
Listen, Milo. Milo, if you, oh fucking hell, what am I trying to say? I'll take the tiny wiener.
Do you know what though, Coops? I want Milo to get like a T-shirt, or when we all meet up and it says, "Because I care,"
with the Mega Energy symbol.
Yes, and then a little micro penis next to it,
just at the bottom of the T-shirt.
God, Ian, what's your sort of take on this whole Mega thing to wrap it up?
Mine will wrap this conversation up because I'm so over Mega Pokemon. There's nothing they can do to save them. The DOA, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, Ian, was that it? Was that it?
I'm not even going to put a case forward for saving them. Literally, they are dead on arrival.
Bro, I was expecting something. At least something. Fucking hell.
It's like you've gone to a shop, they've put something on the central aisle, and they've gone 500 quid today. And they've gone at the end of the first, they've gone, they're still all there. Right, and they go, let's put them half price. Half price. They're still there. The shop manager's going, shit, what do I do? Half price. So again, buy one, get one free. To the point they're giving them to people now. People are still going, I don't need it. I don't need it.
And you know what? I'll probably feel the same about Gigantamax as well when they come out in a couple of years.
Oh, Gigantamax is probably only going to be like an hour long or something for some reason. Like, Evolve, it's going to cost you 100,000 of whatever this is, and you can have it for an hour.
Milo, do you know what I love about this whole thing, yeah? Do you remember when they were released and were they 4 hours, right?
Yes, they were, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And everyone was complaining, like, what, make it longer. They made it longer and I use them less now. Now they're longer.
The novelty wore off, didn't it, after the first day?
Well, as Ian said, they were literally dead on arrival. They really were dead on arrival.
Boys, I'm actually crying.
It's
not going to happen, but I wouldn't lose a wink of sleep.
Can I just say one thing, though? If anybody is like a raider, okay? Ian's saying that, and I'm trying to actually put forward something useful. Oh dear, I know that we're all sort of like, I kind of agree to some extent. Megas in the most sense are a bit like, kind of useless. But if you are short manning a raid, duoing or soloing, for example, you could solo a Genesect, you need Mega Charizard Y to do that. If you want a short man, a legendary, you need a Mega Pokemon to do that. So that's like a raid challenge thing. Ian, fuck yourself.
It was almost like Milo asked a question, was it? You need Mega Charizard. Why?
Oh, Mark. Oh, you know when you're laughing so much, yeah, and your ears are like popping, bro. I swear to God.
Oh, God.
Oh, but look, at the end of the day, yeah, you know, Megas, Ian, you need to clip that because they're right. Megas were awful from the day of release. They just so shit. And I just don't know why. And still after a year, every time they release an article and I see they're like Mega Ampharos again and Mega Venusaur, I just look at and think, why do I not give a shit? Like, why do I actually not care? But
at least they've actually made it really clear what Mega Energy you're getting.
Yes,
I mean, do you remember the first game? Is it orange? Is it yellow?
Yeah, that was the clearest system they ever did, like different shades of blue and yellow.
What do they say? Quality of life update, right? Now, boys, I appreciate that. I haven't laughed like that in ages, so thank you so much. But listen, let's jump back to October because as Ian said earlier, it's October the 3rd. Apologies for getting that wrong. Let's talk about a bit more about October and the main sort of bulk of this is Community Day. Milo's going to talk about that in a bit. But obviously we've got the Halloween event. And for me, the Easter events, the Halloween events, the Christmas events, because they happen once a year, I really, really, really look forward to. Gothita, as Ian said, has got a spotlight hour. And this spotlight hour is over the Halloween event. Now, do you want to make a prediction here on the podcast that this is going to be one of the new shinies to be released in Pokemon Go, which they've done before? Ian and Milo no.
Coops, do you remember what Pokemon it was?
What? Ghastly, what?
I know where Milo's going, yeah.
What Pokemon was released as a shiny that wasn't shiny before the event, and then it got a shiny spotlight hour due to it being a new event release?
Mate, you're asking me, Milo. I don't remember what I did yesterday,
It's
bro.
never happened.
It's never happened.
Oh,
They've never, ever done that.
It's never, ever happened.
Really?
We thought it would happen. It's never, ever happened.
Well, there you go. That's what's going to happen then. A new thing. Brilliant. Ian and Milo have just confirmed it on their 6th birthday.
Ian, you were shaking your head. Why are you the same as Milo?
Exactly
You
the same as Milo. Niantic have never released a new shiny and then given it a spotlight hour within that same event.
Oh, but didn't they do it with Pikachu with that special event hat?
But Pikachu shiny's been out for...
It's not a new shiny.
It's a costume shiny.
That's not new.
Mark.
No, but they had.
Mark,
Okay, so I'm gonna help him. I'm gonna help you, Mark. They had said in the event announcement of that event, each of these Pikachu will be shiny available, and then they put the spotlight hour info out afterwards. They haven't ever said, "Here's the Pokemon," and then surprise, it's a shiny.
Oh, you're Mr. Pokemon Go, Milo, aren't you?
That's why it's in my name.
Mark, the reason why I was only whispering, I was going to say, look, listen, right, I'm a great believer of sort of having a big discussion and fighting my opinions, but when it comes to Pokemon Go and the trainer club over there, just got to let it go. You just got to let it go. Class it in L.
Sit down.
I love it how you say you've got to let it go with Milo. I had the same opinion.
Okay, wait. Retake. And Ian.
Oh dear.
But obviously the Halloween event, we obviously really look forward to, like, more fucking costume Pokemon, really.
Yay! Do you know what? Can I put a prediction out of what I think is going to be new shiny? And I'll give some evidence later as to why. I think we're going to get, because I said it's going to be available in the code. It was put in the APK mine, I think, 2 weeks ago. Phantump is a ghost Pokemon from Gen 6, I think. And it evolves into Trevant, which is like a spooky tree.
Well, you talked about that 2 weeks ago with the APK, yes.
Exactly, 2 weeks ago. I think that will be shiny on release because Halloween event 2017, we had Sableye, Shuppet, and Duskull shiny released for the first time on release. The release day, they were shiny available. Then 2019, 2 years later, Shiny Yamask dropped on release immediately. We're now 2021, 2 years later down the line. I think Shiny Phantump will be the new Shiny for the event.
Okay.
I know that's bored the fuck out of all of you, but live with it.
No. It's not bored anyone. Talking about little events and new little predictions, Milo, I do want you to give the listeners a little 1 minute Duskull Community Day reminder. But before we do move on from this whole October, I would talk about Sludge Bomb Darkrai, but there's just no point. It's not really worth my energy. But what I do want to say,
energy,
Marky.
Nice one.
Turn that shit off. But what are your thoughts on a new form of Genesect being released? But, man, this is what's the recycling. This is why it kills me so much. And it not being a shiny. Before we move on, what are your thoughts on that? I'm just going to pop to the loo.
Oh, he genuinely is.
Okay, we're actually talking. Okay. He genuinely is.
They have to release all of the forms of Genesect eventually, so I expected it coming, but I did honestly think that they would release it as a shiny at the same time. You know, people are going to be raiding it. You're obviously not going to get the shiny immediately, so it's a bit of a gut punch that we're not getting the shiny, but they know people are going to raid it for the new form, and they know people are going to raid it when it's released again in 6 months as a shiny, so...
Can I ask a question, Ian? I thought they would look at least different. They don't fucking look different.
They look slightly different on the backpack of it.
They have a different floppy disk. Yeah, so it's just a different drive. The only thing is that with this is that obviously we got Burn Drive Genesect at the beginning of the year, and that wasn't a shiny either.
No.
And then we've got the Shock Drive and Ice Drive, I think, 2 more forms to go through that won't be shiny later down the road. This is probably the most interesting out of the bunch, if you can call them that interesting, is that it gets Water-type Technoblast, which is obviously it's double weak to fire. Water-type Technoblast is the perfect counter for its fire-type weakness, but that's honestly about it, really.
I'll get my dex entry for it, and that'll be week, fortnight done.
I'll raid it for XL.
Yeah. Milo.
Ian, I feel like you're over this game more than me.
No, I actually love the game, but I do have opinions on certain aspects of it.
Yeah,
we've discussed it many times that we should know how the game works now. We shouldn't be surprised when they drop a non-shiny version of a new form of anything.
Yeah.
Does some Genesect have a Mega? Sorry.
No, it doesn't. Just to clarify.
I know what the title of this podcast is going to be.
Fuck Mega Pokémon.
Yeah.
All I was saying, Coops, was I thought they'd look different. Just disappointing, isn't it? It's just...
Yeah. It really, I like that. I like that word, disappointing. Now, talking of the word disappointing, we cannot leave October news without Mega Mr. Mistos, whatever his fucking
Mega
name
Mr.
is,
Milos.
Milo. There you go. Without giving us a little 1 minute recap on Duskull Community Day.
Fart.
That is the perfect description for this Community Day. Which is happening on October the 9th, ladies and gentlemen. It is Duskull Community Day at 11 a.m. till 5 p.m. your local time. Obviously, it's Triple Catch Dust, which that's the only upside to this whole endeavour. It's 3-hour lures and 3-hour incense as per normal. If you evolve Dusclops into Dust Noir, it will learn Shadow Ball, which does fuck all for it. You can get an Elite Charge TM in the Community Day box, which, sure, I'll get it. And you can also buy the ticketed research with another uncreative title, Nothing Dull About Duskull. And if Niantic wanted to put a barefaced lie on anything in black and white, that is it. And that's basically it, ladies and gentlemen. That's Duskull Community Day. Maybe it's sarcastic.
I feel like they do it on purpose. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shall we have a quick impromptu flex game to see how many shiny Duskull we have before the Community Day?
Ian, what is it about you in this fucking game? But yeah.
Well,
yeah,
the reason is, Coops, last week Mark actually got an achievement in that he managed to get the jingle back off of Milo.
Okay. Yeah, I heard. I know. Of course, I was listening.
I was listening.
Flex it up, flex it up.
Okay, come on then, Ian. You Ian, take this one. Shiny Duskull. Yeah,
okay,
let's do it.
Shiny Duskull. How many shiny Duskull do you have? I would start and set the benchmark. I have 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, I will then say I've only got the one. I've only got the one for me.
Oh, good. You got a Community Day next to this. Fine. Get another 2. I will say I am tying with Ian. I've got 4.
I'm going to say that I'm tying with Ian and Milo. I've got 4 as well.
Look at you all. Ooh, Duskull friends. Ooh.
You got your bling mark from last week.
Yeah.
Do we want to say that
Yes, I think we should,
Duskull
Milo.
Community Day.
Yes, let's do it.
Duskull Community Day, we are all, the boys, the whole squad is going to be playing in Ealing, ladies and gentlemen. Mark, Ian, and Coops are coming to my local spot, and we're also playing Duskull Community Day together. It'll be great.
And it's going to be quite Halloweeny because it's going to be dark by about 4 o'clock, isn't it?
Actually, it's going to be quite Halloweeny because we're all going to actually do it in masks.
Is that?
Yeah, masks.
We're going to be wearing Halloween masks for the community day.
Listen, my camera's going to have a fucking fit, bruv. It's not going to be able to autofocus. It's not going to know what to autofocus.
We should be just about okay because it's going dark about 6:30 here. So I think it will start. The sun will be setting at the end of
11 till 5
Day,
will be okay. Yeah,
because the clocks don't go back until the end of the month.
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't it? Yeah.
I feel like we should have a little bet. I feel like we should have a little trick or treat. Like whoever gets the least shinies has to give a blow to the other's micro penis or something.
To give a blowy on a micro penis. You go from a cup of coffee to a blowy. There's a soundbite from Coops that you could play there, Ian. You know what I'm talking about?
I'll take the tiny wiener. For fuck. But no, boys, I've got to be honest with you. I'm really looking forward to that one next week with you. And of course, to the listeners, if you are listening, have an amazing. Of course, you're listening. Have an amazing Duskull Community Day. Now,
Coops, good news. You can Mega Evolve your Gengar to get bonus Duskull candy.
Milo, stop it. Stop it. But you know what? Yeah, this feels so
Milo,
weird.
shut the fuck
exactly.
up.
Thank you, Zoe. But this feels so weird doing it in a different order. But now it is time for the Getting to Know You.
And now, children, it's time for Getting to Know You with the Incensed podcast.
I've got to say, I do like this jingle. It feels a bit strange, doesn't it, doing a different order? But boys, really simple question. What would you do if you won £1 million, or if you're American, dollars?
I'd rather have the £1 million, actually, Coops. It's worth more.
Yeah, I agree. Right, go on then, Ian. What would you do?
Mine's quite simple, actually. I'd rent a house in the Bahamas for a couple of years, get a boat, and just chill. Dive when I want, play Pokemon when I want, go to Miami when I want, and yeah, just have a nice beach life.
Waiting for Milo to say, well, £1 million will get me through the month of raid passes.
Yeah, that'll keep me raid passes for...
It'll get me enough Pokecoins.
Go on then, Milo.
I don't know. I'll get myself a nice house in some sunny part of the world, probably in south of Spain or south of Italy. That would be sweet. Something reasonably nice. I'd put a supercharger in my car, and then upgrade my setup, I think, a little bit, and keep some and be reasonably sensible, actually.
Mm. And what about you, Marky boy? With $1 million, what would you do, bruv?
I think it depends on the lifestyle choice. I think $1 million could last you quite a long time. Yeah, I'd certainly move. I'd move with Lisa. I think a place that we both really like is the Dordogne region in France. That'd be quite nice. Get a nice little place down in France. I love the south of France. You could make it last quite a long time if you're very conservative. I'd turn some of my hobbies into a little way, earning a bit of money just to sort of just keep dropping little bits of money into the account alongside it.
Mark, do you think with the £1 million, would you buy a chair that doesn't squeak?
I think would I still be doing the podcast with you three fuckers if I'd won £1 million?
Oh, shots fired!
Absolutely.
It's great to imagine it, isn't it? I think, or try and do something productive with some of it. But what would you do, Coops?
When I come up with the question, I just thought to myself, all jokes aside, when someone says $1 million, you think, that's so much money. But it's £700,000 for a 2-bedroom flat in London. So it's when you really deep it, obviously it's a huge amount of money. And, if I ever had that, winning in the lottery or in the bank, I'd be fucking loving it. But I don't know. I think like all of you guys, and I'm glad we're all on the same page, I'd definitely relocate. I'd buy a lovely gaff somewhere. I'm not really too sure where. I definitely do some sort of charity, as you know, like voluntary sort of work with it. I think I buy you know what, Milo, Ian, you can be proud of me. I think I buy a nice little car, you know, I think. Can you believe that?
He's talking about a Fiat 500.
Yeah.
They're fun to drive, actually. They're really fun to drive.
And boys, what's the one thing that I would have to make sure that I bought with the 1 milli? Tell me.
A new camera.
No, come on, think about
The
it.
Venus extension.
No, think about it. Come on, Ian.
A hitman for Charlotte's new boyfriend.
I didn't think of that. No, I need to buy better Wi-Fi.
You already did that, Coops. You upgraded the Wi-Fi when we started the podcast.
I know, and it's still shit. I love the fact that we can joke about it now. But Mark, I'm going to pass it over to you now, bro, because as this is released, there currently is the Secrets of the Jungle event that's just started. But obviously, we're recording this, as you guys know, on a Thursday, so it's not actually started yet. So, Mark, over to you to tell us a little bit more about the event.
Well, yes. So as you're listening to the podcast, we're in the middle of an amazing event based off the film Pokemon the Movie, Secrets of the Jungle. It's going to be released globally on Netflix. So they've tied in a nice little event. So starting Friday, October the 1st and running through to Sunday, October the 10th, 10 a.m. on the Friday to 8 p.m. on the Sunday local time, we're going to get a limited special research story. It is the Rogue Monkey Pokemon. I like that. Rogue Monkey Pokemon. It's the first time it appears in the game. There's going to be some amazing event spawns to go alongside this in the game. So yeah, you can encounter in the wild Hoot, Comby.
You're taking the piss, bruv. You're taking the piss.
No, Cottony, Drillbur, and Dwebble. And if you're lucky, you might encounter Larvitar. So Explorer Pikachu will be making its return to Pokemon Go, and it will be back in its shiny form. It has been shiny before, hasn't it, Milo? I don't want to trip myself up there, Mr. Pokemon Go.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. What's been shiny?
Pikachu, Explorer Pikachu. It has been shiny, hasn't it?
Yeah, last year.
But this is where it gets more exciting. I was being maybe a little bit sarcastic there. But Pokemon seen in the movie will start to appear in raids throughout the event. You'll have Explorer Pikachu, Larvitar, Roggenrola, Fungus, and a Rufflet. Rufflet, I think, is the one that everyone's going to be going for. So shiny Rufflet more opportunities to raid it. Lickitung, Chansey, Pinsir, Ludicolo, and Flygon will be appearing in 3-star raids. Anyway, Jesse and James will be appearing a little bit more in the event, and that should be quite exciting. They'll be in snapshots and appearing in that Meowth Bloom. Where's that been for the last few months? There'll be themed field research tasks as well. They look exciting, but you'll be able to get encounters of Aldino and Rufflet again. It talks about shiny Rufflet being a big part of this event. There'll be new free avatar items available in the Style Shop, including the Adventure Hat and the Whalmer water bottle. It's got a lot of exciting opportunities there to encounter shiny Rufflet, really, isn't it? And a new Pokemon. What do we think?
I think Milo's going to be buying a lot of raid passes.
For what?
For Rufflet.
Nah.
For Hoot.
For Hoot. That's where it's at. No, I didn't raid Rufflet. I wouldn't raid Rufflet, but it's good that it's back as a shiny. It is quite sought after. There's a good bit of news, though. Genuinely good bit of news. I've got my my trusty connections here. Apparently, there's a quest for Rufflet that you can get from a Pokestop, and it is Battle 5 Team Rocket Grunts.
Oh, for God's sake! For God's sake! Oh, it's a disaster. Ian, because I listened to last week's episode, I know that you did enjoy the Fashion Week. What are your expectations from the Fashion Week being, let's say, really good? I mean, I didn't think it was good. I think it was just really good considering the dead 6 weeks beforehand. But what are your expectations for this Secrets of the Jungle?
Probably low, because we've just had a good event. So it kind of goes good event, bad event, bad event, good event. Bad event, good event.
Bad event.
Yeah. So the Fashion Week was actually probably the best event we've had for months. It was really, really a lot of fun for anyone that picks the game and has a play with the game. I personally really enjoyed it. Did miss a few of the shinies, but I did get some of the others. This one, it could be interesting, but I'll be honest, there's not a lot selling it for me. Zarude will be cool, Nice little research. There's not a lot really sell it for me. I will raid the Ruffler. I do want the shiny. I think it's a cool shiny, but there's not really a lot to sell it to me personally.
It's an interesting one, isn't it? Because I think you're right, Ian. Good events are far and few between them. And actually, I think you've been very generous to them. You know, we've had probably 6 weeks of shit in the game up to that event, the Fashion Week. You know, and the Fashion Week was exciting. I enjoyed it. You know, I got some new shinies. I know we haven't really touched on how we concluded on new shinies. And I thought I liked the spawns because of the XL. That's a bit I loved about the Fashion Week, was the curlier, the Butterfree XL candies. They were giving them to you. This event, I can't see any of that. You know, even there's an enticing wild spawn in there. You know, Fungus in raids.
So, Milo, is it safe to say you won't be doing another 24-hour grind for this one, bro?
Fuck that. I won't be doing a 2-hour grind for this event. It's interesting you bring the Fashion Week up because this is like the mirror opposite, the polar opposite. Everything in the Fashion Week had basically a shiny eligible in the wild. This, basically nothing can be shiny in the wild. Have you noticed that? Hoot Hoot, Drillbur, Cottony, what else was in the wild? Some absolute bollocks.
Hoot Hoot.
Larvitar, yeah, might be in the wild and rare, but basically it's Dwebble. Dwebble's the only shiny eligible Pokemon in that list, and it spawns anyway for the season.
But I still don't have a shiny Dwebble, Milo.
Go hunting for it, mate. This is your time.
I do.
On your 4-minute spotlight
do.
hour.
The only thing I'm going to do for this event is catch Drillbur. Just collect Drillbur, and that's it, basically. And I'm really looking forward to getting my 10, 12, 13 Zarude from research.
Boys, all jokes aside, should I be not upset, but should I get a bit of FOMO that I didn't participate in the Fashion Week? Was it really good?
A little bit. It was good fun.
Fair.
Did you get the full set of shinies then, mate?
I did, yes. It took about a week. I finally got my Sneasel from a research task. I got basically everything from the event. That's the thing. There's just so much. There was so much in the Fashion Week.
I want to give a shout out to one of our listeners, a girl called Lucy, who listens to us. And she did a raid for Shinx that had the top hat. And she wanted the costume shiny. And she got on the raid as the event was still on. And then the event ended in mid-raid.
No.
And as she got her encounter, it was shiny.
Without the costume.
Not with the hat. Without the costume.
Shit.
I saw it on Twitter and I was like, oh man. Man.
That's just unfortunate.
Exactly. I tell you what, boys. Let's move on to the two typical end segments of the show. And we've spoken a lot about Pokemon Go tonight, but I think it was needed. I think we've had a few weeks. I know I wasn't here last week, but I think we've had a few weeks of kind of dying for content because the game's been so bad. So I think start of the month, a whole new events, whole new game. As you boys know, some say if Niantic interns replaced me, Mark, Milo, and Ian on the podcast, they think it was called Incest instead of Incensed. It's now time for Ask the Intern.
Ask the intern.
Incest. A Pokemon Go fuck up. I like that. That'd be quite good. So,
a Niantic product.
Right, Niantic supports some funny ones. These are funny ones, but at Niantic Help, I thought about 16 Rocket leaders and I'm not getting credit. Well, there's a screenshot saying you need to battle a team leader 3 times. To which I sort of said, we'll explain, trainer. To complete the task in question, you actually need to beat a team leader. Spark, Candela, and Blanche. Not a Team Go Rocket leader. So that's a little bit of interesting clarity from Niantic support there. Senpai Wits has said, was just robbed of an S-Elf thanks to @Pokemon Go app bullshit ass. Network error kept going back in. Resetting my app to catch it before I used the berry. Already kicking me out. You motherfuckers owe me remote raid passes. You guys need to fix this bullshit. To which Niantic support have said, sorry to hear that you couldn't catch the raid boss after a successful raid battle, trainer. To reduce such occurrences in the future, please try out the steps listed in our troubleshooting guide. They looked at that and went, you're not having any, we're not going to help you. And that concludes Ask or as the Intern.
And I've got to say, Marky boy, I appreciate the build-up. I really do. But thank you so much, mate. And now over to Milo for my favourite segment, Shinies of the Week.
Clarify the spelling, you twat.
Shinies of the week.
That is SHINIEINISEEE. Right. Shinies of the week.
What the fuck was that?
That's Milo's dyslexia coming
Yeah,
out.
exactly. There you go. Thanks, Ian. Clarify the spelling
He's
on
like,
that.
He's like, clarify the spelling. He's like, MICROPENIS.
Coops, shut the fuck up.
Thank you.
Okay,
We'll move
fine.
it on. First one we've got is Scott M. Was able to go 4-1 today in it's Got Baguettes Lads, I think is what the GBL stands for, while listening to @Incensed podcast, and happy to share my hashtag Shinies of the Week, and it's a shiny Azelf, which they must have got through the GBL.
GG's.
GBL rewards. Phil Mottram. It says, hashtag Shinies of the Week. Had a good day grinding whilst watching Milo's 24-hour grind and listening to the podcast. Phil got Shiny Curly with the costume, Shiny Krogunk, Shiny Sneasel twice, and Shiny Shinx. Jamal Harvey @Incensed podcast, hashtag Shinies of the Week, hashtag Hundos of the Week as well. Okay, gents. Back-to-back catches this week. I literally never get shinies unless I'm listening to this podcast. I'm still a cheeky bastard, and Casual Coops is still the man. And I got a shiny Natu and a shiny Bunnelby. 2 full-on shinies.
Congrats, mate. My guy.
While listening to episode 33. So congrats, mate.
I'll take the tiny wiener.
We've got Connor Cook listening to episode 33 of @Incensed podcast and decided to play on my girlfriend's account and drop her in some gyms. And this is the first thing I click, and it's a shiny Curlier with the costume. That's why I don't play alt accounts, people. That's why I don't play alt accounts. And to round us out, we've got the dad trainer, literally about 5 hours ago, has tagged us saying, hashtag Shinies of the Week @Incensed podcast. Let's go. It's a shiny Wormpole. Pog.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome
let's go.
stuff.
And
Get it.
that is Shinies of the Week, boys.
Shinies of the week.
Now, gentlemen, talking about shinies, I'll be honest, as always, I've not had my game open. Did anybody manage to bag a shiny tonight? I don't think we did. No. That does conclude this episode of Incensed, a Pokemon Go podcast. And of course, a huge thank you to our amazing Patreon members for being a part of our family. Whichever tier you are, it truly means the world to us as creators. And also, if you could follow the podcast on whichever platform you use and leave us a 5-star review, we'll love you forever. Don't forget to catch us on Twitter and Instagram @IncensedPodcast. And on that bombshell, good luck with this new event, and we'll be back next week for some more bants. Kisses.
I choose you!